We got everyone
I
at
like it
6
too.
o'clock.
I've had it, so it's none.
We have
so
a
it's none like me. I'll ask Kelly. They normally get a whole section and they
Oh, yeah, I don't put
And they-
that much.
fry. They,
Yeah,
and
I'm gonna
freeze
put a
it.
bunch of it up.
That's what they do. Cool.
Oh, goodness.
Mhm.
They were supposed to be something.
But
every time it gets too close,
Ours is, we got okra too,
Exactly.
and it's about to. But you know what? That's deer's favorite,
I love it.
I got,
Oh, gosh.
I got open
but the deers love it too.
from the store.
I like okra fried or in my gumbo. That's what I do.
I like open here.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good to see everyone. I'm going to ask you to please stand as we call this meeting of the Mayor and Board of Aldermen for the City of Natchez to order. At this time, we will share in prayer together, followed by our pledge. Let us pray. Father, we come to you at the close of this beautiful day, giving you honor and praise, thanking you for our blessings and all that you do for us each and every day. We lift up those in our community who are in need. We lift up those who are hurting. And Father, we lift up all of these who are here tonight as we make decisions for the betterment of Natchez. We ask that you would be with our deliberations and that all that we do and say will be pleasing in your sight. We don't take for granted the freedoms we enjoy and the opportunity we have to assemble this night in this great place, in this great city. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Let us repeat together our pledge. I
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. You may be seated. We'll ask the clerk to administer the roll call.
Alderwoman Hall. Here. Alderman Frazier. Here. Alderwoman Smith. Here. Alderwoman Irving.
Here.
Alderman Davis.
Here.
Alderman Maroney.
Here,
Mr. Mayor, all are present and accounted for.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. We will now have approval of minutes. Madam Clerk?
First set of minutes for approval is the June 9th regular board meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Alderwoman Irving and seconded by Alderman Davis. Discussion. We'll call for the question.
Call.
We'll proceed to a vote. All in favor of the motion indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Motion carries. Next item.
Second and final set of minutes for approval is the June 11th special call meeting.
What's the pleasure of the board?
So moved.
Motion made by Alderwoman Irving, seconded by Alderman Davis. Discussion. We'll call for the question.
Call.
We'll proceed to a vote. All in favor of the motion indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Motion carries. Thank you. Next, we have our visitors, and we are honored to have Kathleen Bond, Superintendent of the Natchez National Historic Park, with us this evening for an announcement of partnership lineup of July 10th activities, July 10th through the 13th, 2026. Hello, Ms. Bond.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good to see you all tonight. We have been working with partners behind the scenes on some very exciting programming coming up in a couple of weeks, especially in wards 1 and 4. And so all national parks have been asked during the course of this year to come up with a signature Freedom 250 event in celebration of the 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence. And as we look back at the Natchez history, we tried to think, when was the time when the highest number of people experienced freedom for the first time? And that's how we came to July 10th, which is the colloquial word for July 13th, 1863, when the Union Army landed at the Natchez Landing and walked up the hill to begin enforcing the Emancipation Proclamation. And so I would think that a significant number of the citizens of Natchez had ancestors who experienced freedom at that point. And so in working with partners, we've created a weekend of activities from June 10th through June 13th, which is July 10th. And it will include a number of things. Norma is here, and we're going to kick it off at Zion Chapel, AME Church, with a program about Hiram Revels, who epitomizes what some of that freedom looked like. That he rose from that very pulpit to become the first Black U.S. Senator, the first Black of any sort in the houses of Congress. And then on Saturday, we're going to have a special guest with us here in Natchez. The Right Reverend Dorothy Sanders Wells is the Episcopal Bishop of Mississippi. And she did her doctoral dissertation on a topic around history and race and reconciliation. And so she's going to be teaching a 6-hour workshop at Trinity Church on that theme. And the public is invited. There is no charge for anything this weekend. And then we may have, we're going to have a program on Sunday afternoon, and it will be the very first programming that the Park Service will be having inside the former Kingdom Hall of Jehovah's Witnesses at the Forks of the Road. We have newly renamed it Freedom Hall. And Jeff Mansell will be giving a talk describing what that occupation looked like, what that first freedom looked like for people in 1863. And we will also have Jamal McCullen with us. He will be the reenactor for Hiram Revels on Friday. And he will also be talking about his very own ancestor who was sold at the Forks of the Road and then enlisted in the U.S. Colored Troops at that same place. And so we're going to have a full weekend of activities, and I hope that you'll see a lot of publicity in the next couple of weeks, and I hope you will all come out and participate. Let me know if you have any questions.
Thank you, Ms. Vaughn.
Thank y'all very much.
We look forward to it, and thank you for all you've done to bring this great event together. And we can't wait to be there at Freedom Hall. What a great step forward for our community. Thank you. Next, we have under city business, Casey Crouch and Alicia Neer with New York Life, a presentation on group insurance for city employees. I understand they have already met. I know we have met, once, Casey, and then you met with the chair of our insurance committee, Alderman Benjamin Davis, and he asked that you be placed on the agenda this evening.
Yes, and we are so thankful that y'all are having us tonight. First off, my name is Casey. This is my coworker, Miss Alicia Neer. I'm not the best at public speaking, but I brought someone who is. Okay, so she'll handle a lot. But I want to tell you, I know. So a little bit about New York Life. We have been around for 180 years, so it's a little bit older than I feel every morning whenever I wake up. But we are the 25th biggest, largest money manager in the entire world. And we are here to offer you guys a new employee benefit, which is going to be called Employee Whole Life. So we currently work with the town of Vidalia, Concordia Parish Sheriff's Department, Pike County Sheriff's Department. I mean, the list goes on and on. So we are hoping that y'all would allow us to come in and give this employee benefit to y'all. Okay, Alicia, take it over.
Okay, good. Yeah, so like she said,
We'll need you at the mic
all right.
for everyone online.
So like I said, we work for New York Life Insurance. We've been around 180 years. Usually with employee benefits, you're used to enrollers coming out. If y'all decide to add this great benefit, we are going to be your actual agent, which means there's no 1-800 number, press 2 representative. If any of the employees or anybody need anything, they're going to be calling us directly. We really believe in personal relationships and creating customer service and not just being a transaction. So what is this? So we would love to add Employee Whole Life at no cost. I know a lot of people come here and want money from you. We do not want any money. It's at no direct cost to you. And we would love to add it to the benefits package and not replace anything that you currently have. When we had our great meeting before, we were told that you'll have a really good term insurance. Term is awesome, but it's usually temporary. So I want you to kind of think about it like renting a house. You sign a lease for 10 or 20 years, and while you're a job, you're all right. But what happens at the end of the lease? Your landlord says, get out of here. I'm not renewing this lease. Maybe your health has changed, or they'll say, you can stay here, but guess what's going to happen? I'm going to raise that rent, and instead of living in a 5-bedroom house, you'll go down to a 1-bedroom. Ours is the complete opposite. This is like buying your house with equity. It is offered to the employees, their significant other. With us, you don't have to be married. You just have to live together, children and grandchildren. I know you love your grandkids more than your kids, no. But we can add them and the rate never changes. So whatever you lock that rate into, it will never change. There's something that's really big though. It's guaranteed issue. I loved your prayer and how you were kind of talking about really helping the employees and helping us and everybody. That's what happens with this. There's no questions asked. So any of the employees that have had cancer, diabetes, autism, heart attack, cholesterol, weight, smoking, we're not asking any of that. So they'll be able to have this policy for the rest of their life at the same rate with no questions. That also extends to the significant other, children, grandchildren. Just last week, we had an employee where she was 40 years old, got diagnosed with breast cancer. She's uninsurable. She's a housewife. So, but we were able to get her a policy for the rest of her life. Earlier, I talked about equity. Why equity? These policies actually build real cash value on top of the death benefit. So instead of it cutting, it actually increases over time. So if you've ever heard about somebody using their cash value in their life insurance, that's exactly what this is. The rates are very affordable. If y'all are biweekly, which I think you are, they can be as low as $7, $8 a pay for adults and $5 and $6 for children. So we really try to keep it in the budget. We don't want people extending, and we don't have to do everything at once. We can always start with something and add later. Something else is very important to me because I'm going through it with my mother is we can add true long-term care insurance to this policy now. What is that? At home health care, assisted living, family member, nursing home, you can use part of your life insurance. So these policies do change lives. We make the process very easy. We don't want to replace anything that you have, and we don't believe that it competes. So we would love the opportunity to talk with the employees about that. Any questions?
Do we have any questions? Yes, Alderwoman Irving.
There was something that you mentioned.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
said it does change lives. It seems like it enhances the quality of life. That's
Yes,
what
ma'am.
it does. Just hearing you say those things and it just took me back down memory lane with
Yes,
family
ma'am.
members of my own that I applied that to. So,
I love that.
Yeah.
And it's really great because, like I said, the rate doesn't change. And, you know, we don't want people to go crazy. Something's better than nothing. So it really makes sure when the good Lord takes you, there's something in place. So I love that you have that for your family. Any other questions?
Do we have any other questions?
Is there
Alderwoman.
an age limit for whole life?
That is a great question. As long as you're 70 and under, you sign up, the rate doesn't change, and you turn 71, it still stays in place. For children and grandchildren, it's 25 and under. So if you sign up a child who's 24, that policy stays in place till they turn 121 years old, and it doesn't age out. That's a great question.
there was.
Yeah, policies, so just to let you know, they used to last till 100, and then we just cut you a check. What we've been finding is elder abuse. So what was happening is we were cutting people a check at 100, and when the good Lord took them, they were dying broke. So we've extended it to 121. So great question.
It was. So let me get that clarity if I can.
Yes.
ma'am.
Yes.
So it's 71, so you pay to 124.
Yes and no. So yes, you can pay on this till the good Lord takes you 120 or however, but we can actually design it now as low as 15 years that you can pay on it. A lot of people decide to do that, especially with children and grandchildren. They do a 25 pays usually. So in 25 years, you're not paying on it, they're not paying on it, and then the premiums are not due, and it keeps building the cash value. Yep, hot off the press.
Okay.
Any
Great
other
questions, y'all. Anything else?
I want to just say it's a great benefit. And it is very good that our employees do have term life, but I understand our employees do not have access to whole life through the workplace. Is that correct, Alderman Davis?
That's correct.
That's correct. So this would be a real addition to our employees. I think it'd be a really good thing.
I think so.
In order for this to happen, we either need to take it under advisement, or we could entertain a motion for them to meet with our HR department and city clerk and take this to the next level, pending a final approval by this mayor and board.
Take it under advisement, pending meet with the city clerk and the HR.
Okay, Alderman Davis has
Second.
made the motion to take it under advisement pending that meeting. It has been seconded by Alderwoman Irving. Discussion? We will call for the question.
Call.
We'll proceed to a vote. All in favor of the motion indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. The ayes have it, motion carries.
We appreciate it. And I'm going to leave these folders with you, and it kind of gives you, the explanation. And then also my business card. This does say New Orleans address. That is not correct. I have that on there because I had a stalker. I do not live in New Orleans, and if he tries to find me, he's going to have to come far away.
Thank you, Ms. Neer and Ms. Kraut. We appreciate your being here and taking the time to offer this for our employees. Thank you. Next, we have Anthony Clark with Stellar Express. Mr. Clark, is he here? Mr. Clark actually came to City Hall yesterday. We have a need for taxi service for the airport. He is wanting to begin the process, but I don't see him here.
Right. He's not here.
Megan,
He's
we
not
can't do
here.
anything without him.
I'll be here. And actually.
Okay, we will have to bring this up. I'm going to put here to bring him up at the next meeting.
Yeah.
All right. We now will go to Department Director's reports. Mr. Johnson, you're recognized. Good evening.
I did provide you with a draft of my report in your packet. I have made a couple of slight changes to it since Friday. Quote bids, Natchez City Auditorium roller shades. Quote bid for the purchase and install of the roller shades were received today at 11 o'clock a.m. Tuesday, June 23rd. 3 quote bids were received. You see what they are. J&J Carpeting, $9,054.35. The Interiors Company LLC of Flowwood, $12,312, and Hope Enterprise LLC, $18,650. Staff in council with Wake After Duncan is requesting a motion to accept the low bid of J&J Carpeting totaling $9,054.35. Pleasure of the board.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Alderman Smith, seconded by Alderman Davis. Discussion?
Yes,
Yes, Alderman Frazier.
at JL Company, that's a local company.
Vidalia.
Okay.
All right, we'll call for the question.
Oh,
We'll proceed to a vote. All in favor of the motion indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Motion carries. Next item.
Duncan Park Clubhouse renovation phase 2. The receiving of bids has been postponed. We had some contractors ask questions yesterday that could not be clarified without an addendum because they were within the 48-hour period we had to extend receiving. So that date has been extended until 2 weeks from today, because if you recall, we're out of town next week. So we'll have the questions properly answered and hope to receive good bids 2 weeks from today at 10 a.m. Depot Park at the Natchez Bluffs, Mississippi Main Street Grant Program administered by the Mississippi Development Authority. Staff is requesting a motion to enter into a professional services agreement with Wake After Duncan to provide the architectural services for this recently awarded grant. Services include but not limited to preparing plant specifications, assisting with obtaining environmental clearance, preparation and distribution of bid packets, holding pre-bidders meeting, assist with bid opening, bid tabulations, conducting pre-construction conference, conduct work in progress inspections, preparation of monthly pay applications, project closeout, etc. Lump sum contract not to exceed $36,200. Pleasure of the board.
Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Motion made by Alderwoman Hall and seconded by Alderwoman Smith. Discussion?
Yes, Mr. Mayor.
Yes, Alderwoman Hall.
I know it sounds like a broken record, but any plans and specifications
Local and state, yes.
go to Archives and History
Local-
and the Preservation
yes, ma'am.
Commission before they return to us.
That is correct.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I'm going to always say that for the record.
That's fine.
Thank you. Any further discussion? We'll call for the question. We'll proceed to a vote. All in favor of the motion indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Motion carries. Next item.
Purchase and installation of LED panels, Natchez Convention Center. Staff in council with Wake After Duncan is requesting a motion to receive quote bids for the purchase of 2 LED video walls to be approximately 6 foot 6 inches by 13 inches 2 inches. Shall be designed for high resolution refresh rate to support streaming and broadcasting. Quotes include screens, video processors, delivery, setup, technical assistance, and minimum 5-year warranty. Pleasure of the board.
What was the pleasure of the board?
So moved.
Motion made by Alderwoman Hall and seconded by Alderwoman Irving. Discussion? We'll call for the question. We'll proceed to a vote. All in favor of the motion indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. The ayes have it, motion carries. Next item.
Canal Street Bridge FY26 earmark overseen by DOT. City of Natchez is in receipt of the MOA between the Mississippi Transportation Commission that outlines the duties and responsibilities of both parties, approved scope of work, awarded federal funds totaling $2 million and 20% local match for $500,000 to be provided by the Mississippi Legislature, 2026 legislative session, Senate Bill 2189. Staff is requesting a motion to approve the MOA and to allow the mayor to sign the document. Pleasure of the board.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Alderman Davis, seconded by Alderman Maroney. Discussion?
Yes, I was.
Alderwoman
Thank you,
Irving?
Mayor. Can you just go back and clarify the funding, the federal funding?
Yes, ma'am. I think, the mayor can probably offer more detail, but we had $2 million that was, I think, included in one of the bills in Washington to provide for this project. It does come with a 20% match, as all transportation projects normally do. And that match is being provided by the state legislature, again, with the assistance of the mayor and the lobbyists, that will provide the match for this part of the project.
Which is the 500,000.
Yes, ma'am.
So is that what we received from?
It's a total of 2.5 million.
Okay.
2 million from the federal government
500,000.
and 500,000 from the state legislature. But we are going back and we will be asking for more in the future.
Okay, I just want to verify whether, was that the same 500,000? Okay,
Yes.
thank you.
Any further discussion? Alderwoman Hall?
Yes, Mr. Attorney, have you reviewed it? Are you in process?
I
of
think I
reviewing?
emailed it to you late today. If not, I'll make sure I check it first thing in the morning.
Okay.
Yeah, I had computer issues today, some serious computer issues.
And we can make this, subject to the review of the attorney.
Yeah, yes.
And Alderwoman Hall, if you'll include that in your motion.
So it's gonna be
Okay, and Alderwoman Irving, you're fine with that?
Yes, I am.
an approval.
So
by the
approval.
attorney.
Yes, subject to the approval, review and approval by the attorney.
Yes.
Are we ready to call the question?
Call.
The question's been called. You know what? We're going so fast. That was actually a motion that you made, Alderman Davis,
Yep.
and Alderman Maroney made. Are y'all good with the revision to the motion?
Yes.
Thank you so much. I saw you over there and I thought, we're going pretty fast tonight. We will proceed to a vote. All in favor of the motion indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Motion carries. Next.
In addition, staff is requesting a motion to submit a letter to DOT to request the selection of a consulting engineer from an MDOT-approved master contract list to provide preliminary engineering services. The selected engineer will assist the city of Natchez in obtaining environmental clearance, right-of-way clearance if applicable, preparation of maps and deeds if needed, and the preparation of necessary plans and construction documents for the placement of the Canal Street Bridge. The selected consulting engineer will also assist in the preparation of plan specifications and estimates. In addition, the city will be requesting in writing to MDOT that these costs be included and reimbursable from our Canal Street FY26 earmark. Pleasure of the board.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Alderman Maroney, seconded by Alderman Davis. Discussion? We'll call for the question.
Call.
We'll proceed to a vote. All in favor of the motion indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Johnston. Sergeant Kelly, you are now recognized, our code enforcement supervisor.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I haven't prepared a public hearing this evening, but what I have done is created a report of code enforcement's recent progress. I first want to reiterate to the general public the process in which code enforcement operates. If you had a chance to look through your packet, it shows process. The first thing the code enforcement does is inspects the property from the public right of way. We post warning letters on the property. We also mail out warning letters to the property owners. Citations have now been written since the April public hearing. A notice of the hearing is mailed out also. The hearing is held. Notices of adjudications are sent out to adjudicated properties. A cleanup plan is put in place. We then work to collect costs that it took to clean the property. If we have to re-enter the property, we send out notice of re-entries, and then we re-enter to clean up. Since April 28th, 2026, the last adjudication meeting, 9 citations have been written. The properties that are cited are the properties in which we come in contact with property owners. They make a plan to clean the property, and when they don't, they are cited. The properties that don't have property owners that we cannot identify, they go straight up for adjudication. So that's the difference between properties that do receive citations and the properties that don't. All citations are heard before municipal court judge, Judge Terrence Hunter. Any citations that are dismissed they may be presented for adjudication. Currently, code enforcement is working with one person and up to 4-person inmate crew on Saturdays when the weather is clear. The last property code enforcement cleared, they clocked 15 hours over the course of 2 inconsecutive Saturdays due to weather. The order in which adjudicated properties are cleaned depends on how they fell in the adjudication, meaning properties that have been adjudicated the longest are the first to be cleaned due to adjudication timeframe. So right now, all the 2025 properties that were adjudicated will be first cleaned before the 2026 properties will be cleaned. There is a reasonable chance that some properties may run out of time before cleaning happens. Therefore, this is the only order that we're cleaning. Properties that have previously been cleaned by the city, they do rotate to the bottom of the list, meaning the properties that have not been cleaned are up first to be cleaned. There are currently 65 adjudicated properties. This year alone, code enforcement has inspected over 115 new properties. 64 of those properties were initiated in the last 2.5 months since I've been coming to code enforcement. Of those 115 properties, 68 have been cleared, 9 have been adjudicated, 9 have been cited, 3 are currently before the Preservation Commission, 18 are works in progress, which are checked on a regular basis, and extensions are granted if there's progress shown on the property. And 8 properties are currently pending, meaning they're in the beginning stages of code enforcement inspection. If you would turn to page 6 in your packet, the last thing I wanted to talk about. Page 6, number 20, it says means of collecting costs. Right now, letter B, if you would focus on letter B, it says assessment liens. Assessment liens require property owners to satisfy outstanding debts owed before being allowed to pay property taxes. I think this is the best way that we can collect balances in full at this present moment. Pleasure of the board.
So moved.
Motion made by Alderwoman Hall,
Second.
seconded by Alderman Davis. Discussion.
Mr. Mayor.
Yes.
Yes, Alderwoman Hall.
Sergeant Kelly, would you explain why this is the best option?
The assessment liens, they require property owners to first pay any outstanding debts owed on the property before they can pay their property taxes, and that's due every year. So I think this is the best effective way to collect on these properties.
And to follow up, would you explain why the municipal intercept company procedure is not working?
It hasn't worked because a lot of the heirs to some properties, they do live out of state, and Mississippi Intercept can only collect state property taxes from Mississippi if they pay Mississippi taxes. So if it's a California person who owns the property and they pay California taxes, we'll never recoup any money for the cleanup.
Mr. Mayor.
Alderwoman Irving.
So thank you, because that's what I brought to y'all attention, that was the best process that would take place, because we had done that before. So what I want to do was get back to Mayor. We need to get the right people at the table so that we can start the process over again. And that way, what she just stated, because we just had this conversation and I shared that will work. They paid their lien before they pay their property taxes. And so that way we can get the money back to, not the general fund, because that's where it was going. It needs to be identified either to code enforcement or public works. That way they can go back and refurbish equipment, whatever their needs are, they can be met. But this will be a continuous process so that it will continue to happen and we won't look like we're looking now. It's something that will work. So that means bringing back our circuit chancery clerk, Ms. Brandy Lewis, Mr. Bailey, all those different departments need to be back so that we can come back together and have that conversation again, because it was working. They didn't identify where the money was. That's the problem. But it was actually being collected. And so we need those people back at the table so that we can meet again. It worked, Mayor.
All right.
That works. Thank you.
Thank you. Alderwoman Hall, Alderwoman Smith.
Yeah, I'm a little confused, if you could explain more. I feel like it should be on a case-by-case basis how we handle this. And so why do we have to do a motion that would be preferred? I don't know.
Well, initially, what I've seen is Mississippi Intercept was the only means to collect at the present moment, and it's not working.
And why was that the only means?
Because that's what we voted on, if I may.
Yes,
That's what we voted on.
Which is one of the things
That was one of the things that we voted on, and because we brought that back from MML. And so, but even though, and the reason why is because we dropped the ball. We did not go back and have that second meeting with all the people that were invited to the original meeting. It just went away. We did not go back, and I can tell you that because Ms. Rose Daniels was at that meeting. So can you reflect or back, and it's been several years right after COVID. She passed, and 3 weeks later, after we had that meeting, and things just fell apart. And I've asked, could we go back and reconvene and have a meeting? And at that particular time, the board felt that this would be the better way to go with the MML. And so we never came back. And when I brought it back and say this worked because I knew what had taken place, we did collect money. And to hear our city clerk said, yes, we did collect money. It just wasn't, it was going back in the general fund. That's why we couldn't see it. But now that we had a code enforcement director and department in place, along with our public works, it will work this time. Because then you're able to hire people to do what's needed.
Mr. Mayor.
Thank you.
Yes. Alderwoman Hall.
Yeah, I agree, because we have our supervisor asking us to go this route, knowing we can get reimbursement
Yes, ma'am.
for all the work that this city does on these properties. And we should respect her judgment on this.
Thank
Well,
you.
and not only her, we have Ms. Ezel. She's there and she's looking at the
Oh, I
dollar
mean,
amount.
their department.
But their department, when you know, she can give you dollar amount to say, well, for instance, and I'm just hypothetically throwing a number out. The person owes $653, but their state tax is $113. So how are we making progress with that? When you get that one-time fee, and even in 4 years, it's not $600. You see where I'm going with that? We still at a loss. No, I'm just talking to the board as a whole. I'm not specific. I hope everyone is listening. I just use that as an example. So we're not coming out ahead. It's pay the lien, then you're able to pay your property tax. And so if the lien is $650, it's going to vary. It's not going to be the same because of the area space that they're cleaning and cutting. I mean, the area space where the property is. It varies. So it's a win-win.
Lastly, I mean, I want to find out how we're gonna, this has always been an option. I guess I'm just confused. We never have made it work. We've never gotten the money from the county that I know of. Nobody's ever been over it, and how will it be overseen? There's just a lot of questions to be answered.
Were you at the meeting, Sarah, that we had a few years back? We may not have been there. I can't recall if you were, but.
Alderman Frazier, you're recognized.
The only thing that I got to say, Mr. Mayor, is that it's all well and fine, but we have an attorney sitting here who could give us some legal advice. Is this perfectly legal what we're gonna be doing before we get into this? We're talking about liens and all taxes, but is it legal for the city to go this route that you're talking about going? So that's my thing. Is it perfectly legal before we start doing anything? Like I say, if so, we need for the attorney to look into it and see, can we do it? What can we do? Because we could sit up and vote on stuff, but like I say, if it's not done properly, legally, it's wrong.
That's wrong. I see no problem in us proceeding to have this meeting, to have the attorney, to have the tax collector and chancery clerk come in as has been
I would like to be a
suggested.
part of that meeting, and I
And
really
yes,
would
Certainly.
make it where everyone would
And-
be able to, I know it's
And we
four
can
more
work-
would,
We can work through this.
okay.
We
Yeah, 'cause
have,
everybody needs to
we
be
have
there.
some great code enforcement taking place.
Mhm.
And our code enforcement officer is recommending that we take this step. So let's take this step and see where it leads.
Mr. Mayor, I would like to place this document upon the minutes.
Okay, thank you, Alderwoman Hall. Alderman Frazier?
I have one more. It's really, dealing with code enforcement in a sense. But all these properties that we got that need to be cleaned and all this stuff I don't think that we have a demolition law whereby the city can go in and demolish some of these properties, because a lot of these properties that we're spending time on, they just need to be completely torn down and cleared off. And if we can do that, we probably could collect some taxes or sell the property if we could do that. But I don't think that we have a demolition law on the book in the city yet.
Well,
We actually, if it's adjudicated, I believe we can.
You can.
And we
We've
have done that.
We've done that.
What
We
we
have
need to
done
start, that's what we need to start
Well, we've
doing,
done
is demolishing some of these properties.
All right.
Because you can keep on going back and say, well, we got this person, but this person, they need to fix it up, they fix it up. We give them 30 days come, they in the same position. We've been dealing with some of these problems way before we came here, and ever since I've been on the board, it's just some of these same old problems keep coming up and up and up.
Alderwoman Hall?
Yes, sir. Mississippi Code 21-19-11 allows for the liens to be placed on property.
Okay, thank you.
I
Yes,
just want to say
Alderwoman.
one other thing before, because we're having our discussion. I just want the public to know, because you of all people know that I've been up to City Hall, it seems like every other day.
Yes.
With bringing in properties that need to be addressed. And I want them to hear the process that we're going to move forward with, so
Okay,
that they would know.
yes, ma'am.
And I have to say this, you all, because I'm sickened as I drive through my ward. When I tell you the overgrowth of grass, the kudzu that's taking over private property, and it's coming to the streets, the sidewalks, it's unbelievable. When
Yes,
I have not seen our wards look this bad in several years. And when it does, it's hard to believe this is what it has come to, because of the lack of work, the amount of workers that's needed to carry out this process as well. All of that has to be a part of it as well. I mean, but it's in every neighborhood, and I take pictures, I send to you all, because we are better than this.
Yes,
Our
ma'am.
neighborhoods deserve better than this.
I agree.
Yes, Alderwoman Smith.
Yeah, the people should take care of their own properties first of all, but they're not. So we need to, the money that we collect, while we need to be giving out tickets and fines and all this, to collect the money to put in an account to do the cleanup that we can't afford to do. I mean, that's the problem. If we had the money, we could go and
But we
clean
don't
up
have
every
to-
neighborhood. We need to earmark this money for that.
And yes, we do. And I agree with you wholeheartedly. We do. But we do.
I would like to call for the question.
Call.
Yeah,
We'll
'cause
proceed
we
to a
could go on
vote.
and on with that one.
All in favor of the motion indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. The ayes have it, motion carries. Do you have
Thank you
further?
for the document.
You're welcome, ma'am. You're
Yes,
welcome.
and the document will be placed in the minutes.
And I
Yes,
just
Madam Clerk.
wanted verification on who made and seconded the motion for the minutes. There was
The
some
motion, I
confusion
believe,
out
was
here.
made by Alderwoman Hall, and I believe it was
Second.
seconded by Alderwoman
Early. Oh, Davis.
It was Davis. It came from down
It does.
this way.
Well, that's why we had some confusion on this end.
Alderman
so-
I said
Davis.
Davis, so I
All
know,
right, thank
I
you.
don't have a problem, just on the second.
Sergeant Kelly, do you
Yes,
have further
I do.
details in your report?
I do. Alderwoman Urban asked me to further explain how citizens can go in and report properties. There is a place online. It's a portal where you go to the City of Natchez website. There's a banner at the bottom that says report a concern. If you click on it, you can report 100 properties if you want to, and they all come to code enforcement desk.
Okay.
We have a same day, next day response time. So it's the most effective, in my opinion. What I've seen lately is people will come into the office to report and they don't know the address. So the portal is effective. It should be trusted because I check it myself. And so that's one way that they can report.
Sergeant Kelly, also, we don't have to have the person making the report's name.
We
It can
don't.
be made anonymous.
It absolutely can. If that's a worry, it can be anonymous. Put my name, you know.
Thank you.
I
Yes,
just want to say one
Alderwoman.
other thing too. We have a lot of our property that's owned by the state that's not being upkept, okay?
We did.
And that's a problem. And
It
then
is.
especially when it infringes on the residents next door.
Yes, ma'am.
That to me should be a priority. Let's take care of our property, whereas it does not infringe on the people that live there. I mean, it's kudzu going through there.
That's true.
It's just unbelievable what I'm seeing, and it's there. And I mean, it's just,
And we have reported that to the Secretary of State's office, and we need to continue doing that.
but we can cut 6 times, Mr. Mayor. We don't have anybody to do the work. That's the problem. We don't have anyone to do the work.
Well, I think we've had a good report. Do you have any
Mayor.
further?
No, sir, I don't.
All
Thank you.
right.
I'm just like,
Yes, Alderwoman
just for the
Hall.
public's information, the state has not allocated funds either
Mm.
for municipalities to clean state properties.
Right.
So that
That's
needs to
true.
be made to
That's
the
true.
public. So
That's true.
we
They
do,
have not.
as Alderman Murray said, have a lot of state properties in disarray. But there is not any funding for municipalities to clean those properties,
That's right.
nor will they reimburse us.
That's right.
That's right.
That's
Will not
right.
reimburse
That's right.
us.
They will not.
That's
They
right.
will not.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good evening.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you for the good job you're doing. Next, we have our Chief of Police, Lee Best. You are recognized, Chief Best.
Hello, Mayor and Board.
Hello.
Hello.
I don't think you have my class flyer justification letter in your packets. This was a last minute acceptance. I don't think I made the early deadline, but I'm requesting board approval for Commander Ivor Campbell to attend the Mississippi Command College.
It's here.
Okay, very good.
We have it all here.
In July.
So move.
A motion made by Alderwoman Hall,
Second.
seconded by Alderman Davis. Discussion? We will call for the question.
Call.
We'll proceed to a vote. All in favor of the motion indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chief Best. Next, we have our city official reports. First, we have Alderman Hall.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I just want to thank Alderman Davis again for sponsoring the Fishing with Fathers, Saturday of Father's Day weekend. This is his 5th year doing that. And even though it rained, it did not hamper many families from coming out and fishing. So I want to thank him for that. And also the Recreation Department who was there helping as well, especially Dylan, who stayed the entire time and helped with this program. Thank you, Alderman Davis.
You're welcome.
And that concludes my report.
Thank you so much. Next, we have Alderman Frazier.
Yes, I just want to say, we have a lot, as Alderwoman Urban was stating, we got a lot of overgrown weeds and stuff going, but we got to look at it one thing. As she said, we don't have the resources, but also we got to bear because we're gonna have a whole lot of bad weather. And I don't care where you go, you can cut your yard the next day. It's knee deep high, so, you know, we're gonna have to bear with that till we can get everything going. Now, last but not least, I want to say to one of our long employees, she is retiring, Miss Pam Patterson, 30 years of service with the city of Natchez. She has done an excellent job. She started out as a Natchez Police Department as a radio dispatcher. Then she moved her way up to City Hall. This young lady has been most exemplary in her line of work in doing her job. She is one of our most valuable employees, and I just hate to see her go because, like I say, she's been around the city of Natchez. She knows the in and outs from the police department, dispatch over to City Hall. So I just want to say, Mr. Mayor, we losing a jewel.
Yes,
But
we
it's
are.
gonna be hard to replace Ms. Patterson. And I wish her the best of luck on her journey, and may she enjoy her retirement. And this is from the heart of Billy Joe Frazier.
Yes.
And I'm gonna throw in the rest of the Aldermen. This is up from all of us
Yes.
as a whole.
Yes.
We appreciate her service and what she doing. And I hope that we can get somebody in her place who can work as diligently as she have done and can work with the city clerk and everybody else, because being a city clerk job is not an easy job. You're gonna take abuse from the public. You're gonna be ridiculed all the time, because when people come to City Hall, they think that you had a perfect answer, but they don't. They're just doing their job. So again, I want to say, Ms. Patterson, have a safe and very, very retirement. That's the end of my report, Mr. Mayor.
I have to clap on that one. Because for the first 2 years of my term as mayor, Pam Patterson was my administrative assistant, and I don't know what I would have done without her. And she will be greatly missed. And may her retirement be longer than her employment.
Absolutely.
May she have a long and happy and healthy retirement. Thank you, Alderman Frazier, for bringing that up.
Yes.
Alderman Smith.
Yes, I'm not gonna say much because Billy Joe did a great job, but
Yeah.
I do thank her. I worked with her for 14 years, and I'll add that she always has a smile on her face whenever she works for you, and just a wonderful attitude. And I will miss her, and I wish her the very best. And I'm sure we'll have to do something for her, a little something. City Hall. Quiet. Yeah, that's it.
Does that conclude your report? Thank you so much.
Oh, and I see somebody out in that audience that has some talent back there. Friday night's event last week. I didn't know that Mr. Joseph Smith could sing, as well as this one sitting right over there. They sang with Amy and the professional, and they were so good. It was really a fun night. It was a fun night. So thank you. It was
our day of
yeah.
unity.
I know, my days
It all runs together.
mixed up because of the holiday, the holiday Friday, but y'all did a great job. The party was really fun, so thank y'all for the work that y'all did as volunteers and for the work that the city did as well. It's fun night.
Thank you so much. Alderwoman Irving.
Okay, I'm going to piggyback on that too, because each of us have had our own different experiences with Miss Pam Patterson, and and we've shared dearly about our children, even in the loss of her husband, now her mother-in-law. It's just family, and family is so important and to all of us, but she shared her memories with that as well. And I do agree with everyone else has said. It's going to be hard to really replace her because she was devoted, committed to her job here at City Hall. It was one that she took a great deal of pride in, doing her very best, not every other day, but every day coming through the door. So I'm hoping that we can replace some of those same values in the next person that we bring, because that person is truly going to have to be able to help us keep up with the money. And so that's going to be important. The next thing I want to share is that in closing tonight, I know he's been honored, but it's something I feel we need to do. I did read an article, Mayor, that you had written in honor of our former representative, Mr. Barney J. Scobie.
Yes.
And so I'm hoping that we can close our meeting tonight in honor of him, in memory of him, and just to say that he was actually, to me, someone who was very inspiring, who set the example of what true leadership looks like. and that we are benefiting from some of the changes that were being made at that point in time. We're living it now. Our grandchildren will live it from this point on as well throughout their lifetime. So great stride and gains were made, and we are reaping the benefits from that. And I just thank him. Thank you. The other thing I had on my list would be, I'm asking that our registration for MBCVO is will be paid for, and I think we're using our cards. Am I correct, Megan?
Yes, you are
Okay.
able to use your travel card to pay that registration.
Okay. The next thing is, where is because I haven't received anything, and I don't know if anyone else have, for a hotel. Is it at the Beau Rivage?
Yes, and actually Ms. Patterson handled that, and I think she was sending confirmations out to everyone's email.
Okay.
So if you'll double check your email, if you don't have it, let us know.
Okay, I sure
I'll
will.
have her pull that.
I sure will. Okay, and I want to list the Monteville Jubilee. Every time this month, I've been able to say that the dates for the Monteville Jubilee will be July 25th and July 26th. We're just inviting everyone on the 26th to come out to our ceremony at our church on that fourth Sunday. But we are extending our gospel hour. Two of our founding members, one is deceased, Mr. Amos Polk, and we have for years recognized him, and it's been named in honor of him. This year, we're adding the second founder member, which is going to be Mr. Alvin Shelby. And I'm going to ask that you all keep him in prayer, because he's going through sickness in his family as well. And so we're just going to ask that we keep him and his family in prayer. But he's also been a pillar in our community, been in the music industry for over 25 years. And so we're going to add his name to the gospel hour. He's one of the founding members. So I'm going to ask members of this board, the citizens of Natchez, we're sending letters out to the different churches, inviting them in, because he's played around the city and actually all over the world. I can safely say he is a renowned organist, and he's been everywhere to play. So it is indeed an honor to be able to recognize him as one of the founding members of the Gospel Hour, the Monteville Jubilee. We're gonna, if time allows and he's able to, but we have members of the Polk family that are traveling back in, and the local members that are here, they plan to be there, but we're gonna do a talk show. How did they come up with the idea of starting that Gospel Hour with the Monteville Jubilee? And hopefully we can look to see about getting a marker in that area that honors the Monteville Jubilee as the oldest African-American event in the city of Natchez.
What time is it now?
It begins at 9:30. 10 o'clock at the church.
At 10 and then to, okay.
10 until noon.
There will be a walk though down
That-
Minor
at
Street
9:30.
At 9:30.
9:30 to walk, from 9:30 to the church, 10 o'clock. We begin inside the church, beginning the gospel hour.
On
There
July the
25th.
25th.
25th. And from there till about noon, then we leave there, we go to the lot at 50 Minor Street. And here we will be honoring the basketball teams. Mayor, we're asking that you do the opening welcome as you always do.
Be
So
honored to.
thank you that you will be there to do that. And then we'll begin with the rest of the festivities that are carried out throughout the day. This year, we also have a live band. That band is Baz Rhythm and Grooves. They're out of Yazoo, Mississippi. So I'm going to ask everyone, if you plan to attend, come out and join the festivities. And it's for the entire family, from our youth to our seasoned people, will be able to engage in any of the activities that we have out there. And I will have a flyer when we come back to our next meeting so that I can display it. And that does end my report, Mayor.
All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Alderman Davis, your report.
Just one thing about the event we had this weekend was great. Even though it rained, a lot of people showed up. People came from different Jefferson County, Franklin County, Woodville, across the river. I wasn't gonna stop this event because
It's something that needs to happen.
it needs to happen. A lot of people showed up, and we're gonna continue doing this event. Hope I don't think I can say it getting bigger and bigger, but the rain stopped a lot of people from coming there. And a lot of people they were calling me all morning asking me what's up and have this event. And it's happening. I also would like to thank Walmart, Natchez Transit, Delta Bank, Home Bank, wildlife and fishery, the police chief, fire chief, they came out, Parks and Rec, Ryan and Dylan and Ms. Hall. That ends my report.
Thank you,
job.
Alderman Davis. We appreciate you. President.
Great job.
Alderman Maroney.
Chief Best was there.
Yeah, he said police chief.
Not much for me.
Really?
Do want to remind everybody, next week is July 4th weekend. We're of course going to have the Live at 5 celebration, 2 days. It'll be Friday and Saturday. They'll be starting with a parade down Main Street from Memorial Park on Friday afternoon at 4:30. Following that, the Epic Funk Brass Band will be playing, and then Mira Got Soul will be playing at 6. That's on Friday. And then Saturday, there'll be a band starting at 5 o'clock down at the bandstand, Cha Cha Boo, followed by The Remedy at 7. And then they will shoot off all the fireworks at 9:30 on July 4th that night. So the Bluff will be the place to be next Saturday, July 4th. So that's it for me.
Thank you, Alderman Maroney. Thank you. Good reports. We'll now go to the city clerk. Madam Clerk, you're recognized for your report.
Thank you. First item I have is a request for approval of the 2nd June 2026 claims docket.
It's a pleasure. Motion made by Alderwoman Smith, seconded by Alderwoman Hall. Discussion? Yes. We're good? Alderwoman Irving?
I'll get with the clerk. I do have a few things, but I'll get with the clerk on it.
Okay.
We're good.
Thank you.
Mhm.
We'll call for the question.
Call.
We'll proceed to a vote. All in favor of the motion indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Motion carries. Next item.
Okay, next item is a request for approval of the 2nd June 2026 mini claims docket.
What's the pleasure of the board?
So moved.
Motion made by Alderwoman Irving, seconded by Alderwoman Hall. Discussion? We'll call for the question.
Call.
We'll proceed to a vote. All in favor of the motion indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Motion carries. Next item.
Thank you. Next item is a request for approval of travel for Alderman Davis to attend the Mississippi Association of Self-Insured Annual Conference, September 23rd through the 26th in Gulf Shores.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Alderwoman Irving and seconded by Alderwoman Hall. Discussion? We'll call for the question.
Call.
We'll proceed to a vote. All in favor of the motion indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Motion carries. Next item.
Next item is a request for a motion of support. I have been asked to serve as a Southern trustee for the Mississippi Municipal Clerks and Collectors Association. This is a position on their executive board. So it's kind of a big honor and something that I've been working towards with my certifications and training and conferences for a while, having served as chair and committee members on a couple of the committees with the association. So this is kind of the next step for me is to join executive committee as a Southern trustee. So would like a motion of support.
So moved.
Motion made by Alderwoman Smith, seconded by Alderwoman Hall. Discussion?
Any money involved in it?
Nope, no additional travel. I attend the meetings at my regular conferences or by Zoom.
Okay.
All right. And it's a great honor. We're really proud of you,
Thank you.
Madam Clerk. Very proud of you. We'll call for the questions. We'll proceed to a vote. All in favor of the motion indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Motion carries.
Thank you. And the last item I have is a request for approval of the resolution reassigning the signatories of the city's bank accounts. As Alderman Frazier let the cat out of the bag, Ms. Patterson has turned in and will be retiring at the end of the month. She is a signatory on all of the bank accounts. So we will need to replace her on that paperwork. I'm asking to replace her with my Chief Deputy Clerk, Ms. Denise Bell.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, motion made by Alderman Maroney and seconded by Alderwoman Irving. Discussion?
Cat been out the bed.
The cat's been out of the bag. We'll call for the question.
Call.
We'll proceed to a vote. All in favor of the motion indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Motion carries.
That concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Also, I understand you're making great progress with the audit, working with
We
our
are, yes,
accountant.
I'll be delivering a very full flash drive tomorrow.
That's great. I know y'all been working very hard, and we really do appreciate that. We do.
Okay.
And that would be the audit of the last fiscal year.
Yeah, I think they're doing that in-house. correct?
2025?
We've done all of that in-house. And then getting everything prepared for the Gillen Group that are doing our audit.
Correct. I thought you mentioned another one.
No. Mm-mm. We're doing it, working with the Gillen Group, Scott Christian, and got a great report from our city clerk today on that. I'm just so grateful. Yes.
I just want to ask, since we're doing a report, when we will begin our meeting, since we're getting into our budget session?
Very soon. I expect as soon as we get back from MML, we will be scheduling some meetings. And also the city clerk is already getting information from our department directors to help in preparing a draft budget.
Okay. And what I want to ask, I just make a motion if we
Yeah.
could get a schedule. So that way we'll know in advance, provide a schedule for us for our meetings, work
Certainly,
sessions.
we can develop a schedule. That has
Yes.
been a motion made by Alderwoman Irving. Do we have a second?
Second.
Seconded by Alderman Frazier. Discussion? We'll call for the question. We'll proceed to a vote. All in favor of the motion indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. Ayes have it, motion carries.
Mr. Mayor, let me get a
Yes,
shout out.
Alderman
Right
Frazier.
quick. I just want to give a shout out to our clerk over there, Miss Denise. She's doing an excellent job to keeping up with our finance and stuff. So she needs some recognition too, because our clerks very seldom get the recognition that they deserve.
Indeed, that's true.
I actually stepped in Ms. Bell's office just a week or so ago to thank her. And I also got to see her mother last week. And her mom, Cynthia, just loves it when I brag on her daughter. But we are very blessed to have our clerks. Thank you, Alderman Frazier. Ms. Bell, thank you. I've enjoyed this meeting.
It's been great. It's got a great flow.
Mr. Attorney, do you have a report?
No report, Mr. Mayor.
Okay. I do have a report tonight, just several things. I want to give a shout out tonight to Public Works. MDOT, due to cuts and staffing issues, MDOT has fallen behind also with the weather in maintaining their right-of-ways, which are outside the city limits and outside of our purview. But I know that our Public Works Director has been talking to them, doing our best to get them cutting. If you drive down any state highways right now, you will notice that it's a statewide issue. The grass is just growing. It's a bumper crop this year, Alderman Maroney, for corn, as we discussed earlier. It's also a bumper crop for grass. In fact, my wife just texted to remind me I got to do something about the grass at our house. So our Public Works crew, they go above and beyond, and we are so grateful for that. But also, MDOT has fallen behind in maintaining our bridges. And our Public Works crew, with the assistance of our police department, went out last week and cleaned the bridges. And they did that. They did not have to do that, but they had to do it because MDOT had not done it.
Great.
And so we're really grateful. And we just ask everyone to continue working with us in keeping litter down and keeping our city beautiful. I also want to give a shout out to everyone involved in our Juneteenth lineup. Of course, because of the rain, a number of events had to be postponed or canceled, but we still had some great events. Our Day of Unity was fantastic, and I want to thank all who worked hard on that. And I have to give a shout out to my First Lady, our First Lady, Marla, who just really helped pull it together. And Alderman Smith has already said it. We had some great music, DJ Buzz, Amy Allen, and also some talent from the others, as you mentioned. It was a great event. We had a jump house. We had so much, not just ice cream, but hot dogs, cake, food. I want to give a shout out to Jan Felton, who at the last minute reached out and said, and I gave her a little money. She refused to take any money.
Yeah,
I
that's
gave her
Jan.
some out of my wallet. I said,
That's
I've
Jan.
got to help you. She insisted on having chili and hot dogs for everybody.
Everyone.
And there was so much, people were taking plates home with them.
Yep.
I have to say to I'm so grateful for our community liaison, Vel Robinson, and also our courier, Antoine. They did an amazing job helping pull everything together. And our staff at the convention center helped with that event. Also, thank you, NAPAC. We had a great kickback at NAPAC night, Tuesday night. It was a packed house, as it always is, and we were so excited to shine the light on some really bright stars in our community. The rest of the week, I will say one of the highlights of the whole week for me was getting to go to Jazzin' on the Vine at Concord Quarters. And Jessica Hawkins used to be our community liaison, was there singing some amazing, soulful ballads and standards with, of course, her husband, Kawan, on the keyboard. We could have been in New York City. It was that good. We will have the Cheeseburger Challenge, $1,000 grand prize this Friday in front of the Natchez Grand on Broadway, starting at 5:30, going until 9. A lot of great teams are lined up, including some local businesses, including Applebee's. We're excited about that. Also, the showtime at the auditorium is being rescheduled for a little later this fall. We'll have that, we hope, another date to announce soon. Airport update. So about finished with the terminal, and everything's coming together, and we will have a sneak peek there Friday at 10:30. Anyone who wants to come out to look at the terminal. The actual event will take place, sadly, when a lot of us are down on the coast on July 1st, next Wednesday. But the public's invited. I will be there while everyone else represents the city at our Mississippi Municipal League conference. But it is a historic time, and we want everyone to go online, flynatchez.com, register for free tickets, a free ticket sweepstake from Natchez to Houston, and also book your flights. I just found out that the flights that we're booking from Natchez to Houston are cheaper than if you're flying out of Jackson or Baton Rouge. How about that? And the parking is only $5 a day, and you've got TSA at the airport, and you're good to go anywhere United flies in the world. So exciting times for Natchez. Alderman Maroney, I don't have to talk about the July 4th events. You've already done that, but it is going to be great. A shout out to our 100-year-old World War II Korea and Vietnam veteran, Captain Jack Kerwin, who will be the Grand Marshal in the parade on Friday. I want to also thank Kathleen Bond again. We're looking forward to the July 13th events. That is always a great time, but especially this year. The Food and Wine Festival. Don't forget, last weekend, same time we're having our Minorville Jubilee. We'll also be having people coming from all over the region for our Food and Wine Festival that will be held at the Natchez Convention Center and at other venues all around the city. Looking forward to that. And I do have an announcement. I'm very honored to accept the appointment for the upcoming year for the Mississippi Municipal League to be finance chairman for the MML under the administration of incoming MML President Hope McGee Jones, the mayor of Collins. This is a very exciting phone call to receive just this morning from Mayor Jones, and so I look forward to being able to serve. Madam Clerk, you and I, we've been stepped up a little bit in the ranks
Well,
here.
Mr. Mayor, I'll add to that if I may.
Oh, is this your year
This
coming
is
up?
my year, and I didn't say anything, but this will be my year that I will be the incoming president for Mississippi Black Caucus of Local Elected
We
Officials.
got a class.
And I'm excited.
So Natchez is stepping up.
Natchez is stepping
That's really
up.
great. We may have to all take a group picture. of
Okay,
that.
okay.
That's pretty cool.
Yes.
That's great.
I'm
We're
sure
really
that's it.
proud of you, Alderwoman
Thank you,
Irving.
thank you.
Alderwoman Irving, you just said it, and it was in my report to say I definitely want us to close tonight in honor of Representative Barney Scobie. I had the opportunity to actually meet him when I was in college, lobbying the Mississippi legislature as a student at Mississippi State University. I got to know him. You know, he probably didn't even remember me back then, but I did get to know him very well when I became a lobbyist for work comp issues, and he was a commissioner at the Mississippi Work Comp Commission. He served 2 terms, actually, appointed by a Republican governor and also appointed by a Democratic governor, the only commissioner ever to have that honor.
Mm-hmm.
He served in the House with Johnny Junkin and also on the Work Comp Commission with Johnny Junkin. And when I broke the news to Commissioner Junkin, he was so sad. And he said, you know, he just said Barney was such a friend. Representative Scobie, Commissioner Scobie, he represented Natchez, Adams County well. I also want to just say his widow Joyce is in our prayers. They were married a very long time. Also, I am a very long-time friend of Barney Scobie Jr., and we want to keep young Barney in our prayers. So just had to add to what you had already said about a great Natchezian and a great Mississippian.
Yes.
That concludes my report. We do have an executive session tonight, and I would like for a motion to hold our closed determination here out in the open. If I could have that motion. Motion made by Alderman Maroney, seconded by Alderman Davis. Discussion, we'll call for the question. We'll proceed to a vote. All in favor of the motion indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it. Anyone nay? The ayes have it. Motion carries. We will now have our closed determination right here in the open. We have personnel matters to discuss, one pertaining to the city planning department and one pertaining to the city mayor's office at City Hall. And I don't expect this executive session to last long, but we will need to discuss those personnel matters. Mr. Attorney, does that meet the definition for having an executive session?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, under Mississippi Code annotated section 2541-7, the transaction of business or discussion of personnel matters relating to job performance is one of the exceptions to the Open Meetings Act and is appropriate for executive session.
All right, thank you so much. At this time, I will call for a motion to adjourn our closed determination, return to regular session.
So move.
Motion made by Alderwoman Irving and seconded by Alderman Maroney. Discussion. We'll call for the question.
Call.
We'll proceed to a vote. All in favor of the motion indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Motion carries. At this time, I will ask for a motion to go into executive session for
So
the
moved.
reasons that we have just described. Motion made by Alderman Davis,
Second.
seconded by Alderman Maroney. Discussion. We will call for the question.
Call.
We will proceed to a vote. All in favor of the motion indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Motion carries. Our live feed will end at this time. We will come back and make a report at the end of the executive session. And at that time, we will also have a motion to adjourn in honor of Barney Scobie, our former state representative and work commissioner, not to mention Adams County supervisor and great civic leader.